Peace be upon you. Sitting by the sea is always associated in our minds with relaxation, comfort, and mental clarity. Even when we are stressed and burdened with the worries of the world, just spending some time by the water can make us feel better and forget everything. Throughout history, philosophers, poets, and writers have spoken of the sea as if it were a reservoir of sorrows, almost like a psychologist that everyone shares their worries and secrets with. So what's the story behind the calming effect of sitting by the sea? Is it just a collective illusion, or is there a reason behind it? Welcome, I'm Ryan, but before we start, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Dr. Lewis Elliott, an environmental psychologist from the University of Exeter's College of Medicine in the UK, conducted a study in 2013. He compared the mental well-being of people living in urban areas with those living near the coast. The results showed that people living near the coast were significantly happier and healthier than those living in the city, even if the city dwellers lived in quiet or green areas. This wasn't just a comparison with people living in noisy, congested areas. Even those in peaceful environments found the coast to be better for their well-being. In fact, their study involved over 48 million adults, and they found that even those who lived far from the coast experienced improved mental health when they visited the sea once or twice a week, or even just for a vacation. According to data published in the Health and Place Journal, which covers research related to geography and health, people living by the sea enjoy better physical and mental health than those living elsewhere. Another study published in the Journal of Coastal Zone Management also highlighted that people with homes overlooking the ocean feel more at peace and relaxed compared to others. For instance, the state of Hawaii, surrounded by water, has been named the happiest US state for 6 consecutive years according to the annual Gallup survey. There's a fascinating connection between the sea and a positive mood. Even here, coastal residents are generally more relaxed and cheerful compared to those living far from the sea. But why is this? Researchers suggest that the sea interacts with our basic senses and stimulates them in ways that provide the maximum possible comfort. For example, visually, the vastness of the sea is very soothing to the eyes. The wide open spaces of seas and lakes are less straining on the eyes compared to environments where the horizon is narrow or filled with many close-up details. Dr. Andrew Huberman, a neuroscientist from Stanford University, says that looking at wide spaces like the sea, known as panoramic vision, is linked to calmness and reduced stress in the body. The eyes love this kind of view. Additionally, many psychologists say that looking at vast spaces, whether seas, deserts, or extended agricultural lands, gives people a sense of being part of something bigger, which makes their personal problems seem smaller. Another visual benefit of the sea is its color. Long-term studies on colors dating back to 1941 have shown that blue is the most loved color among humans. In fact, if you search online for the most popular color, you'll find that blue consistently tops the list. There's a mysterious chemistry between blue and the human brain. While it's known that colors generally have psychological effects, with each color impacting us differently, research shows that blue in particular helps with relaxation and calmness. The only color that comes close in this regard is green, likely because it's also closely associated with nature. But is this effect only visual? Not really. There are other factors at play, one of the most important being the sea breeze. Throughout history, people believed that the sea could cure serious diseases like tuberculosis and asthma, with sea air having magical healing properties. Although this might seem far-fetched at first glance, modern medical research has shown that there's some truth to it. Researchers have discovered that the air around water bodies is charged with negative ions, or in other words, oxygen atoms in these areas often have an extra electron due to the action of wind, waves, and continuous condensation. Inhaling these negative ions has significant health benefits. For example, they increase serotonin levels, a key happiness hormone that improves mood. They also purify the blood and boost cellular metabolism, giving sea air a literal chemical effect on the brain, making it natural for us to feel happy when exposed to it. Another important factor is the sound of the waves. Sound is a crucial element in our mental state. Noisy places with loud, jarring sounds can be very stressful, while completely silent environments can also be unsettling. The ideal sounds fall somewhere in between, like the rhythmic sound of ocean waves hitting the shore, which researchers call white noise, or sometimes pink noise. The best example of white noise is the sound of waves crashing against rocks or the beach. beach, the sound of birds in a forest, or even a waterfall. Dr. Richard Schuster, a clinical psychologist, says that the steady rhythm of ocean waves stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for relaxation responses in the body. This causes brain activity to decrease slightly, leading to a state of daydreaming and contemplation, helping the brain relax and disconnect from reality while also boosting the production of serotonin and dopamine, both of which contribute to feelings of happiness. This is why the sound of waves and the cool sea breeze can make someone so relaxed that they might even fall asleep on the beach. Some doctors even recommend that people with insomnia spend time by the sea at night. A study from Northwestern University showed that people who listen to the sound of waves can enter a state of deep sleep with better sleep quality than usual, all thanks to the sound of the sea. There are other factors that make the beach environment ideal, such as the texture of the sand. Walking barefoot on the sand stimulates nerve endings in the feet, providing a sense of relaxation and comfort. Moreover, the ample sunlight at the beach significantly boosts the body's vitamin D levels, which, as we all know, plays a vital role in improving mood and reducing anxiety. Finally, it's important to note that in addition to all these factors, psychologists also mention a psychological or suggestive effect that happens when we see the sea. Due to preconceived notions from movies, TV shows, commercials, resorts, and hotels, the sea is often depicted as a place of peace and relaxation, sometimes to an exaggerated extent. This makes us mentally prepared to enjoy ourselves and relax when we're by the sea. Combine this psychological effect with the vastness of the sea, its beautiful blue color, fresh air, negatively charged oxygen ions, the calming sound of waves, and the soft sand, and you have a cocktail that improves your mood even if you're not trying to relax. Dr. Matthew White, an environmental psychologist and lecturer at the University of Exeter, says that the time we spend by the sea or near water bodies has a more significant impact on improving our mood than being in green spaces or surrounded by plants. That's it for today's topic. Who made it to the end? Those of you who did, you're the best. Give us a like before you go so we know how many made it to the end. And don't forget, if you have any questions that are bothering you, write them down in the comments below the video and we'll answer them. Goodbye.